Hello Pisces, welcome back to Tarot by Jess. We're going to do your reading for September 21st and just see what comes out, okay? Any messages for Pisces spirit? What would you like them to know for this upcoming week? Thank you. Okay, one shuffle here. So your overall energy is the King of Wands. And then we end here with the Queen of Wands. Okay, just give me a moment. And on the bottom we have the Fool. All right. So let's see here. Give me just one moment. I see changes. I mean, that's just the initial channeling I'm getting is your eyes are being open to something, end of a cycle. Okay, just give me. So Pisces, I'm getting the energy that you are dealing with someone who is immature. Okay, someone who was reckless with their actions and their words. This with it being a sword, it could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Just seems like someone who, I just get this immature energy, and not just because it's a page, because normally I just take pages as like young and naive, but because it's right next to this, the world, it's like end of the cycle. You're coming, you know, like you tried dealing with this person and you had this awakening and you thought this person was going to fulfill, you know, your happiness, and it wasn't. It wasn't like a fair give and take. Even though the Six of Pentacles did not come in the reverse, I just feel like you were giving more than this other person and you had to take on, you know, but because of this awakening, now, you know, you're ending with this Queen of Swords. And like I said, the overall energy is the King of Wands. So your overall energy is this change and this inspiration. So you like your energy overall is going through this change, and of course with this world right here in the center, and it's right next to the Judgment. Literally is like, okay, end of a cycle. You've gone around this block how many times with this person, and nothing, you know, nothing was fair. It wasn't your happily ever after. I feel like, you know, you had this great awakening, but there's no kings in here. There, you know, there's no knights. There was no motion. It was a lot of talk. This person is all talk and immature with their words, immature with their ideas, with their action. But, you know, we'll get clarification on that. But yeah, with this Fool and this King of Wands, go for whatever it is that you want to go for right now, Pisces. Okay? Because you have the strength, right? You have the fire in you. The King of Wands is fire. So you're feeling that passion, that change, that inspiration. You have the will. You know, this is the drive right now. That's your overall energy. You have this strength. And then, you know, like the Queen of Wands at the end there is just pretty much justifying it. I feel like you're balancing, literally, like because of the situation, you're balancing your masculine and your feminine side, your energy. They're coming together, which you have to do in order for this change. You have to have that balance, right? So let's see what comes, what clarification we have here. All right. Exactly, the Star. Okay. So this person brought a lot of trouble. Like it was always, you didn't know which angle they were coming at. You know, you stood there because you got the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, which is beautiful, and then the Star, which is gorgeous. But this card, you know, the Seven of Wands here is is not all the best. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have your little bit of fire there, but everything, you feel like everything's coming at you. So, do you feel like you have a lot of things you need to get situated and sorted out, right? So that's not necessarily, a bad thing, but you need to decide like priorities. That's what the word that's coming to me, this channel to me, is prioritize what's important to you right now, Pisces, because you're going to have a solid offer coming in, basically like your wish fulfillment, like make a wish, anything you want right now, you can have with that star card, right? Ace of Pentacles, again, aces, new beginnings, opportunities. This particular pinnacle is basically, it has all of the elements. It's got there, and it has, represents the cups, the swords. So it's, all inclusive, basically. So this is a solid offer, new beginning, new opportunity. So that's beautiful. And then with that star card, what anything you really want, it's your hopes, right? That's, representing Aquarius. So really, you've got the world, the judgment, and the star. Those are your your major arcanas here. And that's, going through this transition, having this awakening with this judgment card, and now going for your hopes and your dreams, right? This offer is going to come in. You just need to prioritize what's important to you, Pisces, and put that energy in. Don't be distracted by this Page of Swords, a naive, immature type of energy. And if that represents you, Pisces, if you're going in, be careful with what you're saying, okay? Don't go flapping your mouth, maybe thinking you know everything about a situation, or maybe you did, and you had this awakening because it didn't work. But I really feel like this was someone else, like that kind of threw you into this eye-opening situation that's going to lead to a brand new opportunity. And that King of Wands and that Queen of Wands both just, mirroring each other there, is just balancing out what you're about to go through. Whatever transition that you are going through, you're going to be balanced with this King and Queen of Wands, which I just think is wonderful, because that's, with balance. So you have this action. This Knight of Wands is now coming up. And we have the Three of Swords. And we have the Eight of Swords. So I'm going to say, take some action. Take some action towards what you want, right? Don't necessarily have, you're going in with enthusiasm, that fire, take that, because I feel like you're leaving a situation you found out maybe it wasn't what you thought it was. You got some new information, and with that Eight of Swords, that is, you're holding yourself back. So don't hold yourself back any longer, okay? Use those swords to cut those ropes off of yourself and get out of there, right? Because of this information, I think you're going to take this action. Once you free yourself mentally, get rid of whatever blockages that you feel like you're going through, or you possibly are going through, okay? Because 8 represents, movement, speed, power, but here you're not, there's none of that happening, right? Because you've got the ropes around your wrist there. All the swords are behind you, though, okay? That's the thing, is they're all behind you there. So once you free yourself, you're free, right? And that Three of Swords here is, you see how it goes, the swords are going through the hat, the witch's hat, which is, the knowledge. This is almost like, abandonment of, there's nobody in the card. The swords are left in the hat. All the papers are just, thrown about. a storm outside of the window, lightning, shooting down. Something was found out, some sort of something that, made you go and take, or you need to take this action, or maybe, this Knight of Wands came into you and gave you some information and you felt stuck after that. Okay. But I really feel like you found something out, or maybe you were on a path that no longer was fulfilling, or no longer what you wanted to do, but you felt restricted, like you had to do it, right? You have to pay these bills, you have to stay in this job, you have to do these things, but now you're going to take this action towards what you really want to do. You just need to strategize, put your priorities in order, right? And make it happen, because you've had this awakening. You've gone through the cycle. You've gone through the pain. You've done it all. And now it's time to do for you, Pisces. Okay? Now we're just going to pull 2 more cards from here. Yes, Spirit. Thank you. Perfect. Strength and High Priestess. Are you kidding me? Like, okay. So, literally, and this one here, and this Strength card, normally, it has, in other decks, it shows the lady with the lion. In this one, it has the dragon. And the dragon is, kind of holding on to her, she's kind of, being snuggled by the dragon, so to speak. And the magic is still there. This Strength represents inner strength, inner healing, going inside, fixing, doing that shadow work, the darkness in ourselves. Okay. So I'm feeling like you had to do that, Pisces, because the High Priestess came out right with that. So when, doing this inner work is going to put you exactly where you want to be, right? Using, and then from then your intuition's strong, right? She's the gray area in between the black and the white, everything that's mysterious, the unknowing, but she knows, but what nobody else knows, right? She's connected to, her gown flows into the water, her intuition. I mean, she's everything, right? So that's just beautiful, but you have to do that inner work and then come into your High Priestess. And that's just absolutely beautiful read, Pisces. So just to kind of recap what we've said, or what I've said, the messages that have come through is, Spirit says that you've gone through the crap, okay? It says basically with an immature energy who was very reckless with their words and with their actions, okay? Very, very hurtful person. And that was an end of a cycle, and that brought you to this awakening, Pisces, okay? And from that point on, you've had to do this inner work, right? Because what you thought something was, it wasn't. You thought you were going to have this happily ever after, and things didn't go the way that you thought that they were going to go, right? A wrench got thrown into your plans there, because that happens. That's life, right? We all go through that. And you basically had to abandon what you thought you knew, whether that was a relationship or whether this is work, whatever it is that you had to make a change from, because you had this awakening that you can't deny anymore. You feel it, right? You feel this heavy, it's just like a knowing in my chest, like gets heavy when I think of, like, when I'm feeling it. It's like, you have to do something else. There's more out there. That you're being called. You had this awakening, but you got the star. So whatever it is that you're going to be working towards is going to be successful. It's going to work, because we have that Ace of Pentacles. You have a solid offer coming in. It's new opportunities. And the Knight of Wands is that action going towards, that change, that inspiration, that's what he does. He's got the will, the passion, with the wand, and the Knight is of action. And that Knight of Wands, he's enthusiastic, okay? His horses move in. So, but it comes after this prioritizing and abandoning, leaving behind what you thought something was, and getting out of this self-imposed spot, feeling stuck, Okay, you're going to have to get out of that. Stop feeling stuck. Get your inner strength. And then you're moving into your high priestess mode where she's all knowing, right? There's no fooling her. She's everything. She's it. She's spiritual, enlightened. She's, she knows. And that, that is just a beautiful read once, everything kind of, once that action is taken for this new opportunity and this new change for you Pisces. Okay. So then we will get, I used the book for this one here. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages that you've had for Pisces so far. What oracle card would you have for them for this week? This is the Native American oracle cards, by the way. I just got stuck. Let's see. Thank you. There's a few of them that tried to come out. Okay. This is number 29. Okay. Let's see what that one says. So 29 is the tomahawk, okay? And the tomahawk is a useful tool employed for a number of different purposes. Simply, it is a common everyday tool used for chopping or cutting. It has also been used for hunting and warfare. Furthermore, it is used in competitions. Hence, it is associated with strength, war, competition, and aggressiveness. It is also connected with the instantaneous and definitive power of lightning, because it is an intelligently designed tool that can be used for various purposes. There's also connection with ingenuity and choice. So the message is, sometimes the best course of action is swiftly and cleanly separate from a situation. Choose carefully and don't destroy something worth keeping. So the key words: separation, argument, divorce, loss, discord, wounds, surgery, or daily labor. So it's making that move. What are you leaving behind? That's what we were talking about. That's what Spirit said in your cards. That something, going through that cycle, having that awakening, abandoning an idea, leaving behind, taking that motion there. So separation, things like that. And now we will do the Light Worker Oracle and see what message we have from that to close out your read, okay? Thank you, Spirit, for the messages so far. And what would you have Pisces know for this week from the Light Worker Oracle? Thank you, Spirit. Initiation by water, number 23. That's this here. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So number 23. Initiation by water. Your spiritual path this lifetime involves you becoming a clear channel for spirit. You are meant to communicate with higher guidance from the loving spiritual worlds. Your initiation by water will further open your receiving channels, dislodge lower vibrational material, and sensitize you to the subtle realms of light. You are being open to a world of which you may only have dreamed. Such it is beauty, grace, and love. It says, situations have been arising in your world that evoke emotional reactions and challenge in your opinions and beliefs. You may not feel in control. You may feel like your world, your own emotions have become like a stormy sea in which you are tossed about. You are doing your best not to drown in the chaos, yet you are not to fear it. It is stirring that which was been held within so it can be released. The storm will pass and the waters of your emotions shall become more serene. If you could compare the process to a glass of water with muddy sediment at the bottom, the water appears clear as the mud is left to lie. Yet once the water gets stirred up, the mud rises. Then it can be filtered out and the water will be clearer than ever before. The turbulence was a step that led to greater clarity. The waters in the glass are comparable to your emotional waters and the fixed opinions. Beliefs are long held emotional patterns based on unresolved past pain in the sediment at the bottom of the glass. Hold the glass up to the light. Can the light shine through the sediment? No, but it can be seen through the clear water. Remove the sediment and the water will be clear enough to allow light to shine through without obstruction or distortion. The light is the light of spirit, the higher truths, unconditional love, and peace, wisdom, and joy. So your invocation: I choose to lovingly, gratefully, and kindly let go of which I no longer need to hold on to emotionally. Forgiveness is easy for me. I forgive myself and all others for our human mistakes. I choose to honor our mistakes as a chance to learn, an opportunity from the divine to grow more loving. I ask for protection, assistance, merciful grace, and tender compassion to bless me through this initiation so that I may thrive in the joy. May all those who are divinely destined to become clear channels for spiritual love be supported by unconditionally loving beings that can assist them to successfully move through initiation and shine the light of spirit through their hearts for the benefit of all beings. So be it. So Pisces, once again, it just speaks on letting something go, clearing out that sediment. What we, in the glass of water, you're the glass of water, and you have that mud, that muck in there, and if it's got cleared out, you had this awakening. So you're going through this great change to become who who you were meant to be, who you want to be, and I think that's just wonderful. So I hope this reading resonates with most of you. Take what does, what doesn't, leave for the rest. Please like, share, and subscribe. I am available for personal readings. I will leave my number in the description. And I hope you have a great week. And I will put a love reading out either later or tomorrow. Bye.